what's going to be happening in worship coming in August, and to remind people about the Zoom that will begin this evening at 6:30 and tomorrow evening at 6:30 and on Thursday evening. It'll be a time for us to get to know each other a little bit. There are 3 questions that I want you to consider about our Zoom meetings. Maybe just be thinking about them a little bit ahead of time. One is, what do you love most about Devine United Methodist Church? So maybe one of your best experiences or just something you always look forward to. And so I'd like to know that as your pastor. And then the next thing is, what is your greatest concern since we entered into COVID? That may have to do with church. It may have to do with you, if you feel comfortable sharing that, because there'll be other people on the call. But what is your greatest concern? And then thirdly, what kind of future, what is your greatest expectation and hope for Devine First United Methodist Church? And so those are 3 pretty general questions, big, broad strokes, but they do give us a chance to just get to know each other and kind of hear what our hopes and dreams and a little bit about our fears. And so I'm looking forward to our time together. If you have not gotten a Zoom invitation and you do have email, go ahead and call the church office so that we can set that up. If something happens and you're not able to connect Zoom-wise, don't panic. It's okay. We'll have other cottage meetings like this, and if it's just not something that you know, like a neighbor that's a member that just really can't Zoom, we're going to have some small meetings, in-person meetings. Of course, we'll be wearing masks and doing everything we need to do to stay safe, but we'll be having those at the beginning of September. So don't lose heart if something happens and you just can't seem to get this down. Or I guess if you're listening to me, you probably can, but maybe you know somebody that it seems beyond them to be able to do this. I look forward to getting to know you. As your pastor, I really, really miss the normal way that I get to know a congregation through prayer and meeting on Sundays and just times like in meetings and informally. So we're going to have to stretch our boundaries and try new ways so that we can begin to get to know one another. Also, I wanted to remind you, if you don't remember, or if you haven't even heard, beginning on the 27th or the 23rd? 23rd, we're going to start a new sermon series, and it's also a study using this book. I hope you can see it. It is by Adam Hamilton. It's called The Walk, and it's a book about Christian practices, how we can become better disciples, and he goes through 5 different practices. I'd love for you to read this book, discuss it with your family, discuss it with each other. I'll be preaching a sermon series on this, and we'll also be having some small group meetings via Zoom and in person, discussing questions about the book. I'll have children's curriculum that I'll send out to parents through Facebook and through the internet, just through email, and also with youth. So it's an all-inclusive, it canvases the entire congregation. It's one way that we can begin to stretch our boundaries, have Sunday school and some meaning dialogue about Scripture that will lead beyond Sunday, just Sunday morning. We can begin to really branch out and do some things creatively with education. So I look forward to seeing you on the 23rd. Now, next Sunday, Clay is going to be giving the message, and the Sunday after that, Colby's going to be giving the message through song and kind of his witness. So I know you're going to be well taken care of in the time that I'm away, taking some respite time with my family. But God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday through live stream.